Hi guys, welcome to Educating Shani. I'm Shani and I have an eating disorder. Hi Shani. Hi. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know who I am, welcome. Please subscribe and join me on my journey to finding recovery for my eating disorder. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay, so for today's video, for today's eating disorder Topic Tuesday video, I want to talk about skinny shaming. Now, there has been so much debate over the years about whether or not skinny shaming is actually a thing. And every time I heard people talk about that, I have to be honest with you, I was one of those people that was like, well, how could you shame somebody for being skinny? If they're skinny, they're lucky. They're the ones like, and I'm talking about people who are naturally skinny, like they're the ones who, they can eat whatever they want and they won't get me, blah, blah, blah. I totally used to be one of those people. But over the past few years, and specifically since I started this channel, and the comments I've been receiving and learning more about eating disorders from other people on YouTube, I'm finding that it is so painful to be skinny shamed as well. And so I wanted to talk about that today. This is not something I have experience with because I've never been skinny. And by the way, I'm saying skinny, and for those of you who know me, you know I don't like to use the word skinny or fat, but I'm just trying to like be on the same page, and I don't want to confuse you. So I'm talking about the world and how the world calls people skinny and fat, and what I consider fat and skinny is actually, you know, I don't because I prefer healthy or unhealthy, and that can be fat or skinny, and who cares? So anyway, what was I talking about? So I have some people in my life that are very naturally skinny. I have a lot of sisters-in-law who are skinny, especially Danny's sisters, and Danny also is very naturally skinny, but all of his sisters are very naturally skinny. It's gotta suck sometimes to be a skinny person, and we just don't think about it as overweight people or fat people or curvy people or whatever. Like, it's also gotta suck being skinny for different reasons too. I mean, think about it. Like, if you're in a 5-seat car, little car, who has to sit in the middle section of the back seat? Who has to do that? The skinny person has to do that every time. That's not fair. And a lot of skinny people don't have boobs and they can't fit into clothes. Even if they get a size 0 pants, sometimes that doesn't fit them, and sometimes the smallest shirt won't fit their boobs. They also, like, they can't ever complain about their body because it would look like they're bragging about their body. Again, I used to be one of those people that would think that if skinny people complained about their body, I would be like, get over yourself. You are skinny and beautiful and blah, 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 blah. But really, if you think about it, skinny people have insecurities too, and they're not allowed to talk about that because everyone would say something to them or even just look at them like, you have no room to talk. Like don't even diss on your body at all. You have no right to dislike any part of your body. Like, that's not fair to them. And they're cold all the time. They don't have as many layers as we do. They're really cold all the time. When you're a woman and you're really naturally thin, you get bullied. People get bullied out there, told that they have a body that looks like a little boy and that they have no boobs and they have no butt and blah, 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 blah. And it hurts people. And like, one of my favorite, probably my favorite actually, YouTuber is Colleen Ballinger Evans now, aka Miranda Sings, but her in real life, I'm just obsessed with her. She's awesome. So anyway, she was talking a few months ago about how people were skinny shaming her. Like, she's lost some weight lately because she's been under stress for writing her Miranda Sings show. Like, I know all this because I'm like such a huge follower of her, but anyway, she posted a picture of her, and people in the comments were so mean to her, telling her she had no butt, she had no boobs, she's so ugly, she looks like a little boy, she looked blah, blah, blah. And like, that hurt her feelings, especially considering she's actually one of those people that are naturally thin, and then she's lost weight because she's been so stressed, and she poops a lot. Like, she's been so stressed. She has so much going on in her life, and she's pooping more than she's eating. She eats a ton, but she's pooping more than she's eating because she's stressed. And see, like, if I didn't know that about her, I might have looked at her and been like, ugh. Like, if that was the first video I saw of her where she was complaining about people skinny shaming her, I'm not gonna lie, my natural reaction would have at first been like, okay, you have no room to complain. You're fine, you're beautiful, you're skinny, you're famous, you have everything that so many girls out there want, you're fine. I mean, there's more to life than that, I know that, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the first thing that comes to my mind because I have an eating disordered brain, and I'm a woman. We have all just been taught to think that way, unfortunately. You know, so much in the world right now, especially as we are learning to love our curves, and it's becoming more popular to have a big butt and big boobs. Like, I've joked about that before, that my big butt is finally back in fashion or something like that. Like, I've joked about that before, but really that's what's happening. And there's still like this thing where everyone wants to be skinny still, you know, in the world, like image wise, unfortunately. But we are getting much better at like recognizing beauty in curvy girls as well. However, if someone were to comment on one of my videos about my weight, about me being overweight, especially like a year ago when I was like way heavier than this even, if somebody commented on my weight back then, people would rightfully so be angry and be responding to that comment and telling them to like leave me alone and you can't judge her and blah 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 blah. But for all those skinny YouTubers out there, when someone leaves a comment in their comments about them being too skinny, nobody sticks up for them, like nobody does. And those things hurt their feelings too. So it really hurts her feelings, and it hurts the feelings. I have somebody else in my life, I'm not going to say the name, number one, because I don't remember who it was. It was one of my sisters-in-law, and I can't remember which one. And if you're the one I'm talking about, come tell me in private. And yeah, because I have the worst memory sometimes, and I don't remember which of them told me this, but somebody told me that they were in class, in like a health class, and the teacher was trying to teach them about eating disorders, and the teacher called out my sister-in-law and made her stand up in front of the class and said, "This is what anorexia looks like." And she wasn't anorexic, she's just naturally thin. She wasn't anorexic at all. And that hurt her feelings so badly, I'm sure. And like stuff like that, like we just assume things so easily, just like we do with everything in life. That's why there's all kinds of different bullying in the world, and it needs to stop. Like, it's really unfortunate, and it's not just for girls, it's for boys too. Like, so many boys get teased for being too, like Danny, my own husband, gets teased. Or got teased. Didn't you get teased a lot for being too skinny?
Yeah.
Come tell them. Your hair looks good.
Thank you. Yeah, I got teased in school.
Didn't you get teased a lot for being too skinny?
Oh yeah, all the time. Always in school I would get called string bean or bean pole or stretch or
Did that hurt
stick
you?
or yeah, I mean, because I think
as a guy you're supposed to be bigger, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, especially in school, and especially at that age, you know, everybody thinks you should have this, you know, for girls too, that you need to be thin or you need to be herky or whatever, or, you know, and it's the same for guys. I think that they need to be, you know, strong, or they need to be, you know, muscular, or they need to be, yeah, you know, you need to have all these traits, and I think that's bull crap, to be honest with you. I mean, we're all just kids that, you know, at that age, and it totally screws your brain up for like the rest of your freaking life, and everybody goes through it.
Any body shaming is bull crap. Why are we? And here's the thing, like I admitted at the beginning of this video that I do that sometimes. I skinny shame people. I don't mean to shame them, but I'll look at people and be like, oh, I hate her, she's so skinny, I wish I could be that skinny, blah, blah, blah. And I even tell Danny all the time, like, I hate him because he has such an amazing metabolism and never gains a pound. So, like, I've been on that side where I say that, and I never mean to do it meanly, but I think it still hurts people's feelings. Does it hurt your feelings when I say that to you?
No.
If I tell you look skinny, does that hurt your feelings?
No. Because...
You can tell me if it does. It's something I'm trying to change.
I mean, you should change that, but it doesn't hurt my feelings because I'm not the kind of person who puts any care into that. There's another side of the coin, though. Having a metabolism like mine, it's hard for me to gain weight. So I'm sure
like your sisters. That's what I just talked about.
Yeah. So I'm sure the doctor would say, you know what, for your age and for your height and everything, you really should be at a healthy, you know, 180, maybe even 200 pounds. I've never even broke 180 before, ever in my life. So it's hard for me to put on a healthy weight because of my metabolism. It just burns that crap up anyway.
Like, why can't it be?
Maybe we can like catch it right in the middle.
We love your body how your body is.
Yeah.
Are you healthy? Yes. Like okay, then you have a beautiful body.
See, that's maybe what we should be celebrating.
Yeah, health, like, not skinny.
What is your
fat.
healthy body?
That's why my Dear Fat People response video that I made for Nicole Arbor's video, I talked about in there about how she says somewhere in the video that she just wants people to be healthy, and and so I got mad at her, and I'm like, well, then tell people you want them to be healthy, not skinny, and don't say dear fat people, say dear unhealthy people. If you really think they're unhealthy, then talk about health, not weight, not fat, not skinny, any of those words. And so, yeah.
Yep. There you go. Yeah.
I personally am admitting to you right now, all of you out there, that from this moment on, I'm going to do my very best to not skinny shame people either. Well, not either. I don't shame anybody, but I do get jealous of skinny people. I'm not going to lie about that. But I'm not going to like make them feel, they shouldn't have to feel bad for that. They can't help it. And then those that can help it, those that purposely get skinny, whether it's for an eating disorder or because they're just really, really healthy, which is wonderful, that also shouldn't be shamed. My channel is about taking the shame out of an eating disorder. That's why I try to make my videos very upbeat and upbeat music and bubbly, so that we can all talk about it comfortably and not feel shamed about it. But really, everybody gets shamed in different ways, and I guess I just never thought of it that deeply about what skinny people go through. And so I just wanted to make this video to point that out, because it's not fair. It's not fair to any of us, and it's not fair to anybody to be body shamed. It's wrong. It's not nice. Stop it if you're doing that. I've been body shamed a few times in some of my videos. I've had some comments that I've had to delete, and luckily for me, thankfully for me, I made up my mind before I started this channel that I would ignore the internet trolls. It's just, body shaming at all needs to stop, and I'm going to do my part from now on to make sure that I don't body shame other people for being too skinny or for being skinny at all. Nobody should feel bad. Body shaming in general so many times leads to an eating disorder. It's so quick and it can happen very easily, and it's not okay. It's not okay. So I am now vowing. Wait. How do you make a vow? I have a feeling I'm being extremely disrespectful right now. I vow to not hate on, I don't hate anybody, but you know what I mean, not hate on or not be jealous anymore of skinny girls and make it in my mind that something's wrong with them just to make me feel better because I'm jealous. I'm done doing that. That's not cool. That's not cool. And it is another form of bullying, and we all need to stop it. And so I'm going to do my part to try and understand that everybody has their own insecurities and everybody gets shamed in this world for something. Unfortunately, we're in an extremely judgmental world and so it's sad. Anyway, so thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this a thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow for my weekly Wednesday update video where I have something kind of serious / hard / irritating / frustrating / I'm talking about my teeth tomorrow, so join me for that. It's gonna be great. And that's all. So remember forever and always, whoever you are, no matter how skinny or fat or whatever those dumbass words are that people label you as, you are beautiful, you are worth it, and I am too. Thank you for watching. Bye!